This one for Saturn. Ring on it. Committed to following Friday. I see me a pattern. Know how I feel, know what I peel when I see date by time beeping, alarm ringing. Sound. I woke up today. Sound. I woke up today. Sound. Let me up today. Sound. Ooh, level me out. Time to play, huh? I woke up today, ain't got no work, so I'ma play. I woke up today, ain't got no work, so I'ma play. I woke up today, I woke up today, wait. I woke up today, I gotta work, but I be straight. I woke up today, I gotta work, but I be straight. I woke up today, I gotta work, but I be straight. I woke up today, I woke up today. This one for Saturn, ring on it. Committed to following Friday. I see me a pattern. Know how I feel, know what I peel when I see date by time beeping, alarm ringing. Sound. I woke up today. Sound. I woke up today. Sound. Let me up today. Sound.
This is a pop-up episode of Saturday Sound Levels. Oh shit, hold on. There we go. This is a pop-up episode of Saturday Sound Levels here. I am with Fro yet again, you know what I'm saying? My man Fro was so very kind enough to give me a second interview because the first time, you know, I had some technical difficulties. So, you know, being a proper gent, he decided, hey man, let me go ahead and get this scrub some more of my time, you know. You know, he's so awesome. We had such an awesome interview and all that, but he was a scrub with the tech, so I give him a little more of my time. So, Fro, how you feeling today, man?
I'm good, brother. Everything's good so far, man.
Yeah. Look, thank you. Now that we got some formalities out the way, you know, all the introductions and whatnot, we can get back to the conversation we was having about. So you said Percy G and Illa G.
Yeah, Percy P and Illa G.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about them gentlemen?
Oh yeah, their beats. You know, they're phenomenal lyricists. You know, in my opinion, very slept on, very underrated, but just beats, both of them. You know. So anybody out there, if you just love some grimy, if you love just some grimy underground, just some dope hip hop shit. You know, those two are really dope. Two of the best at it, you know.
That's what's up. And so, you know, I'm gonna pretty much ask you some of the same questions that I asked before, only because one, there was some really good ass questions. I'm gonna be real with you. I stayed up all night thinking of some of them questions. Like I woke up, you know what I'm saying, on some Albert Einstein, like, oh, Eureka! This is the perfect question to ask. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go ahead and ask them questions. But so let's get into the beginning, I guess. You know, go back to the Genesis. I'm gonna wipe some of this stuff on. There we go. And the Genesis of Fro. So how did you come up with the name Fro?
Okay, Afro.
Yeah, Afro.
The acronym. I remember. I always wanted it when I found out I wanted it to be Afro. I always wanted it to be an acronym because one, I liked how it looked with the dashes. I was like, oh, that kind of looks cool. It looks a little cooler. And then I started like looking in the mirror one day. I was like, yo, I gotta find like a fucking meaning for it, you know, for Afro, like a acronym. So I kept trying some out. I was like, that's whack. No, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. And then after so many, I think after like 20, I tried. And then out of nowhere, it clicked in my head. I was like, all flows reach out. And then I was like, I kind of like the sound of that. And that was before like any of the touring and the shows or anything like that, you know? Yeah. I was still a kid in the fucking room just making like mixtape music by myself and shit. So like, yeah, that clicked. I was like, all flows reach out. I like that. And then turns out I like it even more because of all the shows and all the like people I've met throughout the, like, you know, all over the globe and shit, you know, like, so I'm like, yeah, I like it now, you know. So yeah. So yeah, that's how I came up with that joint, with that name.
All right, bet. And then let's get into I guess what made you want to start doing rap instead of doing other types of music?
Um, shit. I think I just resonated with it a little
Resonated
bit
it.
more than other genres. Because I was just like, I love the style. I love the music, the drums, and like just the style and how they dress, the gold chains, and like the old school baggy shit. That was my shit. I love that. So I was like, I want to be that. I want to be one of those guys. You know? So that definitely it was hip hop. Definitely like the main love out of all the other genres for me.
So have you ever wanted to like dance or do graffiti or beatbox or make beats or anything like that?
I could beatbox. That I can beatbox. I've always beatboxed since I was like a little kid. I mean, since I was like, late elementary or early middle school. So that's like
Oh,
a little hidden talent that I have that I just have like tucked.
oh shoot. So then who do you look up to when it comes to beatboxing? Like are you
Oh
a
man, Dougie Fresh, Biz Markie, and a couple YouTube dudes back in the day when I was young. There were some beasts on YouTube. I can't even remember their name, but there's a few dope fucking beatbox videos floating around where I was like, "Yo, that dude's a beast." So, but definitely Dougie Fresh and Biz Markie. Yeah, those two.
Alright, that was actually I think the guy
Oh,
Felix
Fat Boys and Buffy from Fat Boys.
Buffy from Fat Boys.
Fat Boys was a OG group back in the day, and Buffy actually passed away. I can't remember what year, but
Mm.
he was one of the best too because he was like, he was just like he was just amazing with it, man.
Yeah. Hey, that's what's up. See, I ain't even. Ah, yeah, that's on. Okay, okay. Now we cooking here. Now we cooking. All right. So then, in your opinion, you know what I'm saying, in your well-seasoned opinion at this point, because you've been in the game for how long? Like, or even how did you get into the rap game?
Okay, so my shout out to my big bro, R. Ray the Rugged Man,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not only a beast, he's a fucking beast with the rhymes and flows and lyrically, but he's been my favorite MC, believe it or not, since I was like 13. I'm gonna say 13, maybe 14, and so I've always looked up to him. And then he had a contest when I was around 17, early 17. No, late 16. So he had a contest, and I was like, "Yo, I want to do the contest." And then it was to one of his beats to his album. So I was like, "Okay, let me do that." And then everybody was on there trying to kill each other lyrically and chop each other head off and shit.
Yeah.
But me, I was like, "Yo, I just want my favorite MC to hear my shit," you know. And turns out, he posted my joint on Facebook. And I was like, wow, like I couldn't even believe the shit. I was like, yo, he posted my shit. He was like, yo, if anybody wants to like win this contest, you got to top this kid or so, or you got to like fucking like beat this kid in the rhymes and all that or
Hey.
something. So I was like, dope. And then I was like, yo, appreciate. I hit him. I was like, yo, appreciate you all. Thank you for listening to my joint, posting it. I really appreciate it. He's like, where are you at in the world? Where are you from? I was like, at the time I was living in Orange County in California. I'm in California, but Orange County is different than Los Angeles. So I was living in OC. I was like, yo, I'm in Orange County. He was like, yo, let me fly out there. Let's chop it up. So he flew out here, and then he was like, "Yo, long story short, he's like, yo, I want to sign you, man." He's like, I think you're really dope. Like, I think I rock with you. I want to sign you. And he was like, bring your moms, so we can all chop it up and talk. And I was like, word. So after that, he was like, it was a domino effect. He took me under his wing, and then he brought me around all the tours around the world in Europe, and he gave me a list of all my he didn't give me a list. He was like, yo, make a list of all your favorite MCs and producers.
Yeah.
And I was like, word. I was like, okay, cool. So I did. And then he was like, yo, I can get 70% of these guys, man. I was like, word. He was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, damn. So, like not that long after like we started like rocking together, he just took me to go meet all my favorite, like damn near all my favorite producers and MCs, man, like ever.
I know
And
that's. I know
and
that's
just
right.
like that, and I'm like, yeah, it's crazy to just meet him or meet like one of these guys, but he's like, yo, like we can get all like almost all these guys. I was like, damn. So Yeah. So after that, you know, he's a major reason why he's a major push with helping me in the game. So I've been in the game for like 5, almost 6 years now. You know.
All right, and then
Yeah.
before that, and before that, how did you get into the rap game? So like before, how did you start rapping?
Okay.
So what's your rap origin story?
Okay. Word. So I was 9 years old, and I saw Rakim. I saw Microphone Fiend. I was going on YouTube looking around randomly for random stuff, and then Microphone Fiend popped up,
Mm,
and I was like, "Yo, this is the illest shit I've ever heard ever."
right.
You know. After that, I was like, "Yo, I want to do that. I want to do what he's doing." So I picked up a pencil, I picked up a pad, and I tried writing at the age 9 years old. And then it wasn't until I was 12, around 12ish, that I got really serious.
Mm-hmm.
That I was like, yo, I really want, like, I'm gonna actually take my time doing this. And then I remember 12, I was writing, trying to perfect my flow and all that, yada yada. And yeah, man, and that's what kicked it off. And before that, before Rakim, Rakim was the guy who kick started like me wanting to do it,
Yeah.
wanting to rap. But my mom's always had, like, I remember since I was 5 or 6, my mom's always had Biggie and Nas and Tupac CDs laying around,
Yeah.
and I knew I was supposed to listen to them at the time, but I was like, you know what? These covers look dope. I was like, this looks. To my mind at the time, I was like, this looks dope. Like, I had to listen to it. So and that started it, man. And then I remember, 9 years old. I think 9 years old is what kickstarted the love for hip hop for me, because not only Rakim, another MC that I really love, a lot of people wouldn't expect, is Ludacris. And when I was in school, like elementary, middle school, he was dropping albums. Like, he dropped Chicken and Beer, Red Light District,
Yeah. Ludaverse.
Theater
of the Mind.
Yeah, Theater of the Mind. Like, I was young when all that dropped, and I just remember my mom's was like, if you get an A or a B on your test, then you can get this Ludacris album. I was like, yo, I was like, that's a done deal. So
test. Yeah, shouts out to mom.
Yeah. Oh, my mom's is the best. She's the illest, man. Like I remember, my moms will tell you this. I was young. I can't remember what year or what age. She was like, a lot of people rap, right? And I was like, yeah, they do. A lot of people do rap. But she was like, I'm not saying you can't do it, but just keep in mind that a lot of people rap. Like, a lot of people try to be a rapper. So I was like, okay, cool, but like, she didn't like completely shut it down, but she was like, I'm just letting you know.
You gotta do that shit.
There's a lot of people that rap. And she's right. There's millions of people that rap all around the world.
Yo, so then your mom was basically giving you the precursors to like recognizing that you have to be, in order to be in the rap game, you have to be great and you have to put in the work. So then my question to you is, how important do you think competition is in hip hop? Like, I hear a lot of people say that they don't want to compete. They don't feel like competition is necessary. But I just had a conversation with some other guys that was saying that, where they said pretty much that competition is like the basis for growth. So how do you feel? How important do you feel competition is in hip hop?
That's very interesting, because I'm half and half with that. Check this out.
Okay.
I think competition is important in hip hop, and I think, well, pretty much in any really great thing like movies, music, or whatever. I think competition is important, but that's not like my main. Personally, that's not my main thing. I don't really think of competition. I always think of, like, whatever I do, I try to do my best and kill it. But like, if say I'm on a feature with somebody, or say like I'm on a song with like emcee I respect or something like that, it's like, how I think about it is, I'm gonna do my part, you do your part. That's me though. Like like a usual MC. And there's nothing wrong with this at all. They're going to think about killing each other and going for each other's heads. I'm gonna chop your fucking head off.
Yeah.
And that nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that because a lot of the base of hip hop does come from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's no ignoring that.
Right.
You know, but personally, me, I'm not really much of a competition guy. I'm more of just like I'm gonna do my part. You know, I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna make sure to kill it, but it's like you kill it too, but I'm gonna kill it. You know, I'm gonna kill it too, but you kill it too. You know, that's how I am. That's how I am. You know,
I feel that.
A lot of MCs are like, I'm gonna chop your fucking head off, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's all good, but you know.
Yeah. So then, like, how? So like I said, I was talking to previously to a couple of other artists, right, from the G, and it's two of them. So a lot of times, I was asking them about overcoming their weaknesses. And they said, being that it's two of them, a lot of times things that they may not want to do, whether it's a weakness or not, you know what I'm saying, but things that they don't really like doing, you know, the other person may like doing or may do better, you know what I'm saying, and so they can play off each other and get a greater product, you know what I'm saying, get a greater outcome. But when one person, the things that you're weak at, you kind of have to forcefully do and then strengthen. So my question,
feel that.
Yeah. So my question to you is, then how do you overcome some of your weaknesses, like as one person?
Okay, like just in music or in general?
Like even in general. So in music and in general, because you know this stuff is bigger than just music.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The first example that I can think of, me personally, when I first started, really like getting into this, like into the game and trying to make records and actual tracks.
Mm-hmm.
My weakness, and still to this day, I'm strengthening it, but my weakness was always hooks.
Mm-hmm.
in my songs. Like my verses, I was like, okay, my verses is dope, is cool. But I always felt like, damn, my hook is like, I need like a dope hook. I need to find out how to formulate a dope hook.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been doing the past year or two, I've been just going in. I've been not researching, but just like studying again all my favorites, and studying how they place their track and what they do and what they put their hook and how they like that. And I'm like, okay, word. And that gives me inspiration. So that's the example I could think of. A really big weakness of mine that I think is the hook. You know, when making the song. You know, but now I actually feel like I'm strengthening it now with the newer music I'm starting to make in the vault, you know. So yeah, but like as far as like weaknesses in general, it's like you kind of hit it on the nail. It's like you got to learn how to strengthen it, because if it's a weakness, you know, it'll stay a weakness if you don't keep working at it. You know, it's like it's gonna stay a weakness. So like there's a way, just like in boxing or like sports or athletes, you get your agility up. Yeah. Say your lungs are weak, or like your stamina isn't up, or you're rusty at something.
Right.
You just sharpen it up. You just get back to where you were and just strengthen it as best as you can. You know.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say it's actually funny that you say that, because I watched a interview of the real life Sagat. So you know Sagat from Street Fighter. He was based on a real guy, like a real Muay Thai fighter. And
word.
Yeah, as I was watching the interview, dude was saying that like he didn't really know how to practice per se, but what he'll do is he'll just go in the gym and he'll practice. He say, okay, my punches are weak, so I'm gonna just go in the gym and I'm gonna do punches until my punches get strong.
Right.
Yeah. Then the same thing with kicks. He said, man, my kicks, like I feel like my kicks ain't on point. I'm gonna go in the gym and I'm kicking whole time, you know what I'm saying, kicking until I feel like my kicks are cool, and still practicing everything else and stamina and everything else. So, like honestly, that's why I say a lot of this transcends like hip hop. So what? So what is hip hop to you, in your opinion?
Great question. Hip hop in the culture is super complicated. But how I simplify it is like it's a little easier, like it's a little more like simple to me. It's like, say I think of me as a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and 9-year-old kid, and he has like Rakim or Sean Price or like just a really great hip hop artist in his headphones, and he's taking a walk to the liquor store, and he just got that bump in his headphones, and he just loved it because he loved the sound. He loves that groove and that that vibe he's getting off of it. So I just think it's the love, man. I think that love keeps pushing it forward. That fan, because I'm a fan still, and I was that fan at one point. And still to this day I'm still that fan. I'll geek out over certain like my favorite guys. That's just me. So like that love we still got. Once we're like, yo, like that love, in a way sometimes it can get tiresome, like in my position or another fellow MC, sometimes it gets tiresome with the grind and what you got to do and etc. But that love never goes away. Like as much as like an MC can be like he could be at his lowest low and be like, all right, fuck it. But there is a way you can always turn it around because there's that love that's in there somewhere. It's like it never goes away. It never goes away. It's like you can be like, ah, fuck it, and then like the next second you can be like, all right, I gotta do something though. I gotta do something real dope. Or like another,
So at them times where you was like, well, you probably was getting ready to say fuck it, because like honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I've had some of them times where, and I think I told you this last time. Like my dad passed recently, January 2nd, and at that point I was at my lowest. Like I hit rock bottom, damn near, and it was hard, man, to find motivation to go on even. But what helped strengthen me was the people around me that, one, gave me support and checked on me. Like the people who I kind of didn't even think would even care about me, you know what I'm saying, was calling me up damn near almost every day. Like, yo, you good, bro? I'm just calling to ask if you good. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And that helped to pull me out. And then seeing that my life affects the lives of people around me. So, you know what I'm saying? If I leave, then the people that I'm helping will now have to fend for themselves. I don't have any children or anything like that. But
I you're saying though. I feel what you're saying.
But like I got friends and family who I'm not necessarily supporting financially and nothing like that, but they look at me as motivation. You know what I'm saying? So now, if I go, or if something happens to me, if I don't take care of myself, then I can't help them. You know what I'm saying? And I really want to help them. So knowing that, and then my belief in God, because I believe in God. So I don't identify with any particular religion, but I believe in God wholeheartedly. So like just that, it helped me push through, and day by day it pushed through. So I say all that to ask, when you're at your lowest, you know what I'm saying, and when you at the point where you like, I don't really want to do this shit no more, what keeps you going?
My family, my close ones, the people I love, the people I really, really love and care about, the people I pray for, straight up, the people I pray for that are like Father, please watch over them. I love them for sure. And not only that, music. Like even when sometimes I'm like, damn, I love hip hop, but like I'm not really in that mood right now, I still got jazz. I still got oldies. I still got R&B, soul. I still got so much like shit that I can just like relax to. Because like I said before, if you're feeling a certain way, if you're feeling sad, or if you're feeling down, or if you're feeling happy, there's a song out there for every vibe, mood that you have. So if you're feeling sad or low, you can just put on some slow oldies or something like that. And not only that, the music for sure. Because like when I was having lows, even in school and all that, when I was younger as a kid, I always put on hip hop in my headphones. I always put on some Gangstar, or I always put on some Big L, Kane, Cool G Rap. Those are my guys. So, that was the shit I was bumping when I had really bad days and bad lows. And to this day, sometimes I'll be like, I love hip hop, but I'm not really feeling the rap really in this particular minute right now, just for like this mood. So I'm like, I'm gonna put on some oldies. I'm gonna put on some, yeah. That's what helps me.
No, that's what's up. So, I know a lot. So bringing hip hop to today, because from what I'm hearing, you like a lot of old school artists. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the forefathers and the pioneers. Do you? Well, two-part question. One, do you like any new music? And two, the second part of this question is, do you think that some of the people now, do you think, how do you feel about hip hop in its current state? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um. Okay, that's a great question. So let me try to break it down. We're always exposed. Like, not all of us, but like a lot of us are always exposed to the radio, even if we don't want to be exposed to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll be at a party, we'll be in a taxi or Uber or something, and they'll be playing some, you know what, and
Some you know what. That's what I'm gonna start calling it. You know what.
this is how I look at it though, because people might call me a boomer with this one or whatever, but this is how I look at it. There's always the real shit. Well, if you look around, if you're on YouTube surfing or something, there's always the real shit. It'll pop up. You'll be like, so it's always there, but it's just not marketed as much as some mainstream other shit. That's the only thing. It's like, but the upside to it is that people can go out and look for it. You can go on your YouTube and look for any fucking thing, and you can find the real shit, the hip hop, the underground, or just like the lyrical, whatever you feeling. But the thing is, the mainstream and the radio shit is more exposed because that's what's being pushed over more globally. It's like, but the upside is, like I said before, the real shit is always here and it's been here. It's just not as marketed as well.
Yeah.
But and I'll say this too. There are some dope MCs that are like, I guess mainstream technically in that, but like, or who got their foot in the door or got their foot in, one in and one out. But I just feel like the heart and soul is some underground shit, And sometimes there's some good times when the underground MC can go into the mainstream. It's really rare, but sometimes that can happen too. So I don't know, man. Right now, I think the current state of hip hop right now is like, I think we're good because the real shit is always there, which is like, as long as that's still alive, and I don't think they can kill it, I don't think they can really kill our voices like that unless some crazy shit really goes down.
They got to kill the culture. They'll have to kill the culture to kill the voices.
Yeah. And there's going to be a lot of people standing up for that shit, me included. I'll be like, nah, this our culture. This our culture, homeboy. Like,
yeah, you recognize.
Straight up. So, like, that's how I see it. It's like the real shit is here, and it's always, as long as I know, it's always going to be here.
All right. So then, okay, in your opinion, what makes a song or an album or whatever you hearing? What makes it good?
Oh, good question. You know what? My ear. It's funny because I'm super picky, but. What I'm not picky with like a specific genre. I'm just picky with like specific sounds and shit. If it sounds dope to my ear, it sounds dope.
Yeah.
That's just how I am, and that's how I've always been since I was younger too. Like, it was if it was dope, if it was like some random alternative rock or like some indie rock shit, but it sounded dope to me, I'd be like, or like a specific song, I'd be like, oh shit, that shit sounds dope. So that's how I am. But like with an album or something, I would just need. It depends what genre. If it's a hip hop album, I just need like some dope drums. I need some dope beats, some dope rhymes, or storytelling. You can have your flossy rhyme joints too. That's dope too. But like I want to hear like a storytelling joint, one or two, and maybe even a dope feature or two, and just you like how are you doing? Like, how are you on the track? Like, is your a dope voice, just dope delivery, just. That's how I am. Like it's funny. I'm picky, but not too picky at the same time, kind of.
Yeah. Yep. So, like, thinking about dope music and stuff like that, I kind of want to think about a lot of. It seemed like in the rap game, because I've heard this a lot on a few different platforms. You know what I'm saying, and people, having this conversation about some of our forefathers not necessarily getting the love and respect that they deserve. You know what I'm saying. But then you come along and you know, people like Kendrick and J. Cole and stuff like that, you guys come along and it seems like the forefathers are handing you the torch. Like, you know, you guys respect us, you're showing us love. Why don't you think why do you not think the masses are showing love as much as, like, let's say you or Kendrick, or, you know what I'm saying, J. Cole, is somebody who's been passed the torch, you know what I'm saying, for the rap game, who's starting to push that segment of culture forward?
The first thing that I could think of is, like, I think they think of them as like old retired boxers, you know, like past their prime. But I'm not saying that, because there's, like, take example, my big bro R.A. You know, he's past what you would say is prime, but if you ask me, he's in his prime now, and he's an OG. So like, he's like best as he's ever been now, you know. So like, there are cases like that where there are OGs who are still killing it now. But with the masses, I just think they look at them as like, oh, they're just like, you've done your time, you know, or whatever, you know, like, that's how I think of it as. But like, I don't agree with that. It's like, yo, like, a lot of these motherfuckers will still kill these other motherfuckers, you know.
Yes.
That's how I look at it.
Yes.
As like, I'll take my boy R.A. or my boy Sean P, or like a lot of my favorites, and they'll go to fucking work and just chop heads off.
Yeah, dude. I heard I don't know if it was a freestyle or something. I think it was on the Sway in the Morning show, where he got on the Sway in the Morning show and spit. Dog, Big Daddy Kane was like going crazy. Then you still got Royce the 5'9", who's old school.
Example, Royce is the best he's ever been right now. Yeah. Like, a lot of these OGs like are just like, they're not going without a fight, you know, like, you know.
So that's the thing that I'm thinking about is, for some reason we have this stigma on hip hop where the older you get, the worse off. And I'm trying to figure out, where in the hell does that come from? Because the mind doesn't do nothing but get better with age. The old heads are usually the smartest ones, the most wise. So when it comes to practicing your craft, if it's not a physical craft, damn near the older guys are usually the best. So then I'm trying to figure out, why does this generation, and it seemed like it's like that a lot of times with specifically soul music, or like with one generation to the next, because there's a gap, right? So whenever my mom was listening to music, and or my dad, and they've told me this, their grandparents would say, turn that noise off. When we listen to our music, then our parents would say, turn that noise off, that ain't real music. Back in my day, it was XYZ, right? When it comes to rock music, you have rock music that has transcended generations, right?
Right.
Country music transcended generations. So then my question is, what's the difference? Like, why are we not holding up our forefathers as much as they're holding up theirs? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's a great question. That's a really deep question too. I mean, if you look at it, they're electing fucking rock and roll famers and shit like that. That's why it surprised me when Big was elected. I was like, why would they elect Big in the rock and roll fame? Like, that's cool, but I'm like, wow, like that, it was super random to me. But like, besides that, like, they don't, for the majority, they don't show the love. And even a lot of my younger generation, I'm 22. Yeah. So a lot of the younger guys in my generation don't really look back at how I do. Like, oh, you know, a lot of them will be like, oh, they're old and washed up and this and that. And I'm one of I'm not going to say I'm the only one, because I'm not, but there are a few of us that are like, yo, like, these motherfuckers will chop y'all heads off. Like, easy. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like not only that, but I just feel like, yeah, it's not as more prominent, or it's not as more out there as much as it should be, like supporting our OGs and shit like that. You know. So do you? Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, yeah, exactly.
I was finna ask. So, do you think, like, with hip hop, do you think hip hop going mainstream killed the culture? Do you think mainstream hip hop is killing the culture of hip hop?
How I think of it, the first guys I can think of are like the big head like label guys with the suits and ties. You know, I think they're the brains behind it that are killing that side of it. You know, I think they just, I don't know if they get together and playing shit out or whatever, but like I think, I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but
Oh, no, it's all good. We listening.
yeah, but I think it could be. I think those are the first guys that pop up in my head, like the fucking guys in the suits, who are just like, like maybe we'll pump this out to them, we'll pump this out to them. That's how I think of it,
So do you feel like, do you feel like they're controlling the culture, or do you feel like we're controlling the culture, or are
What
we
it,
losing control of the culture?
how I think about it, like how I think about the culture is like really complicated, but like how I think about it is that it's like that 9-year-old kid I was saying about. As long as that love is still there for the culture, we're good. As long as there's real authentic love for the culture, and that the graffiti and the beatboxing and the knowledge and the producing and the emceeing and all that, as long as that's still going, then we're good. And I do see it. I because I've been around the world watching German, Italian, Spanish, I'm blinking. British, UK, Ireland MCs and hip hop artists just like doing graffiti, beatboxing. Like it's still there. So that's the great thing about it. That's how I think about it. It's like as long as that's still going, then our culture has a chance and our culture will stand. But if that start going away and they start cracking down on that a little more harder, then we're gonna have a problem, But how the guys in suits, how I see it, they're pushing the bullshit, and the bullshit is affecting our young babies and our youth. It's affecting our little sister, our little cousin, our kids in school, because that's what they're listening to. They grow up listening to radio because the radio is what's being pushed to them, and into the movies and the all types of shit. So TV. So yeah, man, it's like, but how I see it, at the end of the day, if the culture still stands, or the reason why I think the culture will still stand is because the beatboxers and the graffiti and the MCs and the DJs, they're still going to be around, like as long as they're still doing their thing,
Yeah. So then, have you ever felt any pressure being called the future of hip hop? Like, has that caused you to feel any pressure?
I'll tell you one thing, because I never let that get to my head, because if people start calling you that, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm the shit. Yeah, nigga, I'm the shit. Fuck with me. You can't fuck with me, nigga. That's why I'm the illest. And it's cool if you feel that way, but that's not just me. That's not me. So how I just try to do it as humble as I could. It's like, yo, like I appreciate it, but like I just don't. I don't know if it's me saying I don't really want to give myself that title. I just want to do my thing. I just want to do my thing, and you're right. It's pressure. It's pressure because everybody's expecting you to do your incredibly best every single time. Like you can't even make like a little cool joint and nothing like that. You be like, oh, he didn't spit fast on here. Oh, he didn't do this. He didn't do that. It's like, damn, like I can't even like do
have
my own
fun.
thing, So it's like it is pressure, but I just never tried to let that title get to my head. It's like, yeah, man, I don't want to consider myself that. I just want to do my own thing, That's how I always fucking took that as,
So then, speaking of not letting things get to your head, and I remember asking you this question last time, but I want everybody to hear the answer, but when do you feel like you truly made it? Like what is the marker for you to understand that, okay, I made it now, I'm good?
I feel like when I'll be able to, this has always been a big goal of mine, it still is, when I feel like I'll be able to buy my mom's a crib, when I feel like I'll be able to buy a house, whenever I feel like she'll be able to, she won't have to worry about bills like that and nothing like that, whenever she's good, that's when I feel like I'll feel like I technically made it, But that's my main route. That's my main goal. But I mean, being able to do the thing, like seeing the things I have planned and like creatively come to life. That's when I feel like I made it somehow. Where I'm like, dang, I'm really seeing these things I've been working so hard on come to life, like movies, like shit. I'm working on music, the album. When I start seeing things come to life, I'm like, dang, I'm starting to feel like, yeah, I'm making it to where I worked so hard for. I work hard for
So then, like, what do you feel like is one of the biggest misperceptions of your life? Like, what do you feel like the biggest misperception everybody else have about your life?
That I'm like Bill Gates and I got millions of money and millions of dollars and shit. I'm just a regular dude, man. Like I can't complain, but I'm a regular dude. Like I'm not Bill Gates. I'm not a billionaire. Because some people really do think that, believe it or not, man. Whether it's like ex homies or like so-called homies or like shit like that. That like niggas really think I got all this like stacks and stacks. That's why I never be rhyming about that shit. I don't even rhyme about like money, having money and nothing like that. It's like why? It's like I'd be lying and shit. I'd be lying if I rapped about that type of shit.
Look, he said I don't want to lie on my pockets. I don't need people all up in my pockets either. Shit.
Word, I'm like, nigga, I'm cool. I can't complain, but I'm not fucking. I'm not.
Look, I can live peacefully. Just let me live peacefully, goddammit. Get your hands out my pockets.
Right. And it's cool too. I get to live just like regularly, and I'm cool. Like I shoot like whoever supports me, I show love back as much as I can because I really appreciate it. So but I get to live regularly. I get to just take care of my family, do what I got to do.
Yeah. So when you go out on the streets, you know what I'm saying, and you just walking down. Have you ever got, like, how often do you have people come up to you and be like, oh, man, bro, you really helped me out, when I was going through X, Y, Z, and then how does that make you feel?
Wow, that happened. I was about to, okay, wow. So, through the years, I've gotten that a few times, and it's beautiful. But when I get the DMs, too, I get the DMs where they're like, yo, your joint, use these blues or your joint really helped me through a bad day, and I'm like, damn, man, I really appreciate it because I was that kid listening to Gang Starr trying to get through a bad day. So like when I think about that, I'm like, damn, my song really affected somebody like that. Like that always makes me feel great, man. It makes me feel like I really appreciate it every time, man. Yeah, that stuff is priceless. Like you can't pay for no money for that. Like that's like some beautiful stuff right there, man.
Yeah. So I've heard that you've worked with DJ Primo and Nightmare. How was that? Like, how was working with those gentlemen?
Nightmare's those two different. Nightmare's I don't want to just classify him as an EDM guy, but he's more of that type of lane. And these are two different complete experiences. So I'll try to get through these two stories. So.
I got him on deck just in case you need a reminder. So just hit me with the hey, what was that again? And I got you. Good.
Word. Okay, so with Nightmare, I'll start with Nightmare. So Nightmare, shout out Nightmare. A few years ago, I'm gonna say, what was his name? Undisputed.
I think it was Undisputed.
Uncharted.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Cause the game Uncharted. That's how I remember the shit. Jeez, man. With Honda, isn't it?
Okay. Uncharted. So these guys, shout out my boy James Reed and shout out Colin Hanks, Tom Hanks' son.
Oh, cool.
Those two, they're hip hop heads, and they were like, hey, we want to do this episode of you and the homie Nightmare, and we want you to be in a room together where there'll be a live band. And Afro, you MC, you rhyme on the. We're gonna do a whole take, one take. So we're gonna do like a full song. Afro, you're on the mic, and then Nightmare produced the beat. He produced the beat also, but they had the live band with it playing with it. So it was crazy. It was vinyl. It was like this old dude was by the vinyl, and it was like we're gonna record this whole take to this vinyl. I'm like, live? How are you gonna do that? I'm like, I've never heard of that before.
That's tight. Yeah.
I remember I walked in there. I was like, what are we gonna do? I never heard of this before. Ever.
Yeah.
So we did that, and I had to do 3 verses in 1 take.
Wow.
That's some shit. Like, when I was young making mixtape music, I didn't know how to do other stuff, so I'd be doing 1 takes the whole time and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, this is one of the rare times where they're like, yeah, you got to do 3 verses in 1 take. I was like, wow. I was like, okay. So I kind of had to treat it like a little show. I was like, all right, just like how I'd be at a stage.
Okay.
So I tried to do that, and then so any little mess up is some from anything. If you mess up, then you have to do the vinyl again.
Wow.
So I think it was homie on the sax or homie on something. One of them messed up. I think I might have messed up one time a little bit, but we had to do like 5 takes of that.
Oh wow.
So they had to waste like 5 vinyls and shit.
Wow.
But I know if I fucked up, it was only once. So yeah.
Look, don't blame it on me. I only burnt 1 vinyl.
I was like, I fucked up once out of 5.
Yeah.
All right. It's like, I'm not used to this. This is new.
Look, don't do me like that. So
yeah,
like,
but shout out Nightmare. That's a real good dude. That's a real cool homie. And
DJ Preem.
Okay, now DJ Preem.
I got you.
Now Primo is always him and Pete Rock. Those two have always like teeter-tottered to me.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I was young, like 13, 14. Those two, like, those are the 2 guys for me. Like, and still to this day. So now I would have Pete Rock here, Primo here. So now I have Primo here. I have him like he's my number 1.
Yeah, see, mine is Dilla and Pharrell. J Dilla and Pharrell.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. So I met Primo through R-Ray because I think R-Ray talked to Primo's manager. And R-Ray was like, yo, let's surprise him. Let's surprise the kid with Primo. So they did this whole surprise behind my back. And I remember I was in New York. It was during a whole week. R-Ray was introducing me to all my favorite guys.
Oh my gosh, a whole week.
And the whole fucking week I was losing my mind, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking week. And and what do you call it? Yeah, so they surprised me. I remember we go in this elevator, and I'm going up D&D. This was Primo's old studio.
Yeah,
I'm going up D&D, and I don't even know it. I'm like, okay, we're in this elevator. I'm like, oh, what's going on? They got a camera in my face. They're like, we're gonna surprise you. I think you're gonna love this. We're gonna surprise you, bro. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, cool. I'm nervous and shit. I'm like, all right, this is just making me nervous. So we're going up the fucking elevator, and then I meet the manager. The manager's a cool dude. I'm looking around on the walls at the plaques, and I'm still not clicking my shit together. It's like Jay-Z, Gangstar plaques. I'm like, Gangstar plaques?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, this studio's dope. I still didn't know because I was like oblivious. I was like, oh, so what the fuck am I? And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, yeah, just, sit down, I'm just waiting like 2 minutes, he's on his way. I'm like, who's he? I'm like, he? And then they're like, yeah, it's all good, bro, And then, like, the last person I would expect on earth walks in is fucking DJ Premier. It's fucking Primo. And I'm like, that's DJ Premier. And then he walks. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm sitting down, I'm like, huh? And then he walks in and he's like, yeah, I'm DJ Premier. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, honestly, like, I know these are like just dudes and regular dudes, but like Primo is like someone I fucking like. I mean, come on, bro. You a hip hop? If you hip hop, you already know it. That's my number 1 guy. So it's like, I'm like, yo, I've been listening to you since I was a kid, bro. Like, your shit got me through fucked up days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I just gave him a big bear hug. I'm like, man, I couldn't even believe this shit. And then he was like, yeah, he's dope, man. He's dope. I was like, oh shit, like. I was on another cloud, man. I was on another world. Yeah, you can see it too. They got the video on YouTube of them surprising me. The whole thing. You can just see every little part where I'm just like, I'm in shock. Like, oh, like what the fuck?
No, dude. So when I watched the video, like I actually watched the video as you was going up. I swear I saw that confused look on your face. You had that, like, what the fuck is going on here?
What the fuck is going on?
Then he came. Then when Primo came in, dog, the look you had, you had that. And then like literally as he was standing next to you, you looking at them like what the fuck? The whole time, like, yo, I'm cracking up. Like, I'm cracking up. Because literally, I'm looking at your face and thinking to myself, yeah, if I ever met a certain few artists, like, I know for a fact that I probably had that same look on my face.
Yo, I'm getting chills right now. I'll tell you why. I'm playing like 10,000 songs on this big-ass shuffle on my fucking iTunes, right?
Yeah.
And it's like every artist, every genre. Why does a Primo joint pop up randomly right now? You know, it's like, you know, on this 10,000 songs shuffle of everything out of everything on my computer, a Primo song pops up.
Everything happens for a reason, man.
I'm saying, like, I believe in shit like that. So it's like, yo, yeah, man.
Everything happens. I believe everything happens for a reason. Every single thing. Like, funny enough, as a little aside, I've had some very wicked stuff happen to me, and like I was kind of fucked up about it a little bit, and then all of a sudden, like going down the line, somebody goes through the exact same fucking thing, literally the exact same thing. So I'm sitting here like, I remember the feelings that I had going through that situation vividly, because it was wicked. All of a sudden, this same person going through it. So literally, I'm telling them exactly what I wanted to hear at that time, exactly what I needed to hear at that time. And like, yeah, that person came on through that and shit. Now that person's strong, just through my testimony and stuff like that. So everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely, I'm 100%. I believe in that, bro. Trust me. Like, my whole life shit has happened where I'm just like. Right now, I know this sounds a little crazy to some people, but I don't believe in coincidences, bro.
No, not really.
You know, I don't really be believing in coincidences. I'll be like, that shit happened. Like, I've been in times, this is kind of random, but I've been in situations, say on tour, I just be on like at a random club, chilling after the show or whatever, or like chilling with homies here, just doing my thing, and then my gut will tell me, my gut feeling will tell me, yo, I gotta get up out of here. I gotta get up out of this building. I gotta get up out of here. This is just an example. I'm like, I gotta get up out of here. And I tell my homie, I'm like, we gotta dip. We gotta go. And he's like, yo, what's good? Like, we're chilling, we're partying. I'm like, nah, bro, we gotta go. Trust me. Like, I feel like something's about to go down. And then I leave, and then it's like a fucking 2 hours or 3 hours later, my other boy hits me like, yo, fucking 2 niggas got stabbed. Another nigga like was duking it out. Like, other people was running out and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And then he's like, yeah, man, like that was good you left. I was like, oh shit, like shit like that, you know. It's like shit like that, or like I just get gut feelings where I'm like, yo, something about to pop off. I don't feel right here, and then like some shit go down.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like shit like that always happens for a reason. Where I'm like, all right, you know.
All right, so that happens to me as well. That definitely happens to me as well. Plenty of times. So let's talk about the 60 going east. The sleep talking song that you got with 60 going east, and you, or I said 60 going east. I don't know. I'm on the highway and shit with it. Now I'm driving down the highway when I'm saying his name.
Well, that's what he named it after. He told me, he was like, yeah, I was just going down the highway and saw that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be 60 east. That's what he said. He said, that's my name. Yeah.
That's a cool ass name. But you were speaking Spanish on the track, so. You know, same thing I said last time. We gonna get some more some Spanish fro tracks, or you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm working. My Spanish is very más o menos, very small and very laughable. It's laughable. Like if I try to speak a full Spanish sentence, I probably can't.
Igualmente.
But I just know little certain phrases because I grew up in a Spanish household, Mexican household my whole life. You know, my abuelitos, abuelita, abuelo. You know, I've heard them speak Spanish ever since I was a kid. So they code switch English back and forth to Spanish, so I'm used to it. But as far as like a full Spanish song, I want to do it in the future. Maybe even if I learn my Spanish, I'll probably even fuck around and do a Spanish little EP or album just for fun. You know, but that's if I really learn my shit and I perfect it. I'm like, cool, I'm confident in my Spanish. Right now, I'm not confident in my Spanish or really any language. But I'm trying to learn that, and right now, believe it or not, I'm trying to learn Italian.
Okay.
I'm writing little phrases down, little stuff like that. So I want to learn Italian, and mostly because I'm a nerd. I want to make movies and shit, so I always want to be like, I want a little Italian scene in here. I want like a little Spanish scene in here, so I'm shit like that. I want to learn the languages for like stuff like that.
All right, and then once again, question from the previous interview. Do you have any projects or anything or hobbies that you're working on that, people don't necessarily know about?
How much time we got?
Let's go. We got time.
Okay. I'll try to sum it up. But one thing I think we said before too was that my love for movies and hip hop always caught her like right here. I love those are like two of my biggest loves when it comes to like creative mode. So they teeter-totter all the time. So sometimes I'll lean to the fucking movies and to the hip hop. But I'm a big movie nerd ever since I was young. My mom could tell you. Big movie dude. I want to write, and I'm writing scripts right now, and I want to be able to make them come to life and direct my own movies and shit.
Nice.
For the future.
Yeah.
But right now, like when I'm not making songs or I'm not making tracks or nothing like that, or I'm not just on the hip hop joints, I'm always, even though like in quarantine, I've been able to just really knock out like work on these scripts and really just like try to perfect my craft with the shit,
Yeah.
Because I'm not a professional screenwriter. I'm not a professional screenwriter yet or nothing like that. But I'm polishing it up, and I want it to be able to be like, yo, like this is some shit that can come to life,
And that everybody starts somewhere, you know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily have to be, straight up the best. Like every all of the best street artists were toys at one point in time. So so what are some of the other projects that you have going on?
Okay, word. Besides all the movie stuff, I'm working on my debut album. I've been working on that for a couple years, but it's in the fourth stage. It's in the final stage, getting mixed and mastered. And then when it's mixed and mastered, I might shoot a video or two for it, and then we're gonna put it out for the fans.
Okay.
I don't have a release date, but I want to aim for August, and that's my birthday. My birthday is August 29th, so I want to aim for my birthday.
That's what's up. All right, and then so we gonna wrapping up here. What? I'm gonna hit you with the same thing. What is Picnic Table 29 in Griffin Park?
Okay, I got you. Okay, so this is some heavy shit. This is for people. People are either gonna tune off right now, like this nigga's crazy or whatever. But
I'm crazy too, so all my fans love it.
But if you believe, this is for either people don't believe in spirits or they do believe in spirits. If you don't, it's all good. It's all good if you don't. But some people experience other shit than other people. Me, since I was a kid, I've always believed in spirits. I've seen one or two through my 22 years so far. I've seen one or two, and I've been through some shit. So you said last time you felt sleep paralysis, right?
Yeah, I felt sleep paralysis before. Yeah.
Okay, so for the folks who don't know, sleep paralysis is where you're like kind of dreaming somehow, but you're awake and you can't move at all. Like as hard as you try, you're like, I can't fucking move my body. I'm stuck on this bed, and I'm like staring up at the ceiling and shit, and I'm like, I can't break out of this fucking whatever this is. And there's always like a bad energy or like a negative energy around that. You just feel scared. You're just like, what the fuck is this? So I've always had that since I can remember 8 or 9. I can remember me being that young and having that shit. So, and I haven't had it in a minute, but like it probably stopped maybe a year or 2 years ago for me on my side. But like I can remember ever since I was a kid, I had that. So, okay, so
Picnic Table 29.
After all that spiritual talk, now that we're on that page, Okay, so I live in Los Angeles, which is close to Hollywood. And if you hike up the mountains by where the Hollywood sign is in Griffith Park, you'll turn this corner where there's this place called Picnic Table 29. And as soon as if you believe in spirits and stuff like that, I just like feel them. I feel spirits. I just feel like a gut feeling is telling me like, oh shit, like it just like gets cold, all types of shit. I feel them. So like as soon as I turned that corner, I was like, oh shit, that like it just like it spooked me out. I was like, wow, it's a picnic table that's been there since like 1970 or it's 1960 something. It's been there forever, and you can tell because it hasn't been touched in like fucking years. It's all decaying and shit and all like old and gross. There's a fucking tree smashed on the middle of the picnic table. So this part I'm half and half with because it could be a story, you know, whatever. But what they say is there was a chick and a dude, and they were like messing around on the picnic table. And the tree broke and smashed both of them on the fucking picnic table.
Yeah.
Now that's what they're saying. But I know that every time, I mean not know, but like another thing they're saying is if you go there, some shit will try to mess with the tree, some bad shit happens, or like they said this dude was found dead right there because like, I don't know, he tried to cut the tree down or something. But you know, those could be stories, you know. But all I know is from my personal experience is that when I went there, it was spooky, and I felt it. Whatever it was, I felt it. I was like, okay, this place is fucking crazy. And I know because I was with two other homies that were hiking with me, and they were like, yo, this fucking table's giving me the fucking creeps.
Yeah.
And another thing that was crazy was it was summer. It was like hot. It was like 80 degrees outside. When you go under the fucking table, it feels like 30 degrees.
Wow.
You know, you're by the table, it feels like fucking, like you're in the icebox.
Wow.
I remember that because my homie was like, why is it freezing right there? He had to walk off real quick to get some sunlight and shit.
Man, that is yeesh. Yeah, that's
so
just
that table's something else. And if anybody ever wants to go see it, it's in I can't remember exactly the address, but it's in Griffith Park. You hike up a little. You can Google it too. Picnic Table 29. But like that's just like one of many spirit encounters that I've had, bro. I've had a lot through a lot so far through my couple years. You know?
Yeah. So like, what are some of the other events that have happened to you? Like, what are some of the other interactions that you've had with the spirits or with that feeling?
Okay, I got a really crazy one. A few years ago, me and my family, we used to foster like kids. We used to foster like kids and that. We don't do it anymore, but a few years ago, so we had two. We had Brandon and Daniel. They were like 3 and 4, something like that.
Yeah.
And so my pops was an umpire. He was
that's tight.
He was like we had a baseball for a long time too, since I was like 5. He's always umpired. He stopped, but like. We went. It was in San Jacinto somewhere, and that's where like the Native American like casinos are and the desert is. And he had a baseball tournament out there. So I remember I'm hiking up or something like that. I'm hiking up a mountain, not a mountain. I'm hiking up a cliff, and everybody's at the baseball tournaments doing their thing. And my mom has the kids. They're like, all right, you can. I'm putting my headphones in. I'm gonna go do my thing. And she was all right, I'm gonna take the kids, cool. So I was just doing my thing, doing my own long thing, and I'm walking up this cliff, and I feel something like behind me or something. And I'm like, huh? Like I just feel this weird feeling, like someone's watching me. So I'm like, all right. So I turn around, and remember, everybody's at the baseball tournament. Like nobody's really around. It was just me walking and shit.
Yeah.
So like far, like I turn around and far, probably I'm gonna say like maybe. I'm not good at yards. I'm not good at measuring, but like a good amount of feet, really far.
Like a
straight
football
ahead.
field.
Yeah, like straight ahead looking at me is a Native American. It's like an old dude, and he had I remember he had pigtails. He had a poncho and he had like a hat on. He was looking at me, and he was waving like this, straight ahead, right where I'm at, far away, and he's looking like this, and I'm like, huh. What I did, I was a little spooked out, obviously, but I was like, I just couldn't. I forced myself to be like, hey, you know,
yeah,
just like, hey.
way back,
right there. I was like, hey. So I turn around to go hiking, to like turn back to go hiking, and I'm like, I'm gonna turn back around again, gone. Like gone. Like not even. I looked like, what, it was like maybe 5 seconds. I turned back. I was like, oh shit, all right, I'm gonna check so I'm not tripping. Turn back again, gone. Like he was never there and shit. And then, so this is what I'm getting to. So there's cabins where you can rent like cabins for the night or shit like that, where the baseball tournament is. They're pretty cool. And we rented a whole room together. It was a pretty big size cabin. So it was like my mom's, my pops, and the two babies, Brandon and Daniel. So we're all together in the cabin. And it was 2 in the morning or something like that. I had really bad sleep paralysis that night. Super bad. It was like one of the worst episodes I ever had ever. So I'm like stuck on the bed. And then like I go to sleep for like after that creepy feeling, I just doze off for a little bit, and I wake up again, and it's 3 in the morning. It's like 3 something. And I'm like, damn, like I didn't even get to. I was hoping to wake up in the morning and shit. You know, I was like, oh damn. So I wake up again, I'm able to move, and then the next thing you know, you hear the water from the bathroom going in. And where I'm at, you can see everybody. My mom's asleep my mom's and pops are on their bed, and then the babies are on like their, but there's like 3 little, they have a little bed, and then like
the bunk bed,
and then I had my own bed.
Yeah.
So we were all together. So I'm like, okay, they didn't turn the water on. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I get up, I'm able to get up. I get up to go turn off the water, and the knob is all the way turned, bro. It's not even like turned a little bit. It's like turned, like somebody turned the shit.
Oh shoot.
Like, oh shit. And then I go back. So I go back to the bed, and then that was pretty much it for that night. But what I researched later, check this out: Indian burial ground.
Wow. Oh shit. Yeesh.
I saw a Native American, like, and he was older too. That's why I was like trippy. I was like, I know I'm not bugging, because I can still see him visibly. It's like, I know I'm not bugging. And I know that was the spirit. That's why I said I've seen the spirit once or twice through my life. I have. Like, it's like what? Like, that's why I know some people will call me crazy because I can understand their side. They're like, oh, ghost spirits, whatever. But like, I've always been really strong with that type of shit spiritually and all that. I've just been strong with that. So like, you know, that's probably one of the craziest encounters I've ever had. Though that one was like, because when you connect the dots, you're like, whoa, like I saw that native dude for a reason. Like, oh, like dang, like. I don't know if it was just like he was friendly or he was warning me. I don't know what he was trying to do, but I know he saw me. He was like, you know, he was waving.
He was waving.
Yeah, he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, so I waved back. I was like,
hey. I don't want no problems.
I don't want to be rude, so I was like,
I don't want no issue with you. We good. Hey, we good over here.
I'm not trying to make no spirit mad, bro. I think that's one of the last things anybody, like, if they're aware of that, really wants, like making a spirit mad. That's no bueno. That's not good.
Yeah, no, they don't want them issues. They don't want them issues. So yeah, man, once again, there's more that I wanted to get into. You know, I wanted to ask you about Coach Penn. You know, I wanted to ask you about Black.
Penn?
You know, hey man, I told.
Wow.
You know, I like to be well versed in whomever I'm talking to.
Thing with that one, cause man, yeah, I love Coach Penn, man. You did your thing with that one.
You know, I wanted to talk to you about Blind Toxic, you know what I'm saying, and all of them, but we'll say that for next time. We'll say that for the next conversation.
Word. Oh yeah, for sure. It's up to you, bro. I'm still on standby. It's up to you.
That's all right. We'll save it for next time. You know, we'll give them this much. We don't want to give them too much. We'll give them enough. Let them eat this, and then, you know, next time we'll give them a little bit more. We'll get a little deeper into it.
Okay, word.
All right, hey, thanks again, man. Thank you so much for giving me some more of your time. This time the audio was good, man. So this audio is gonna be good. I'm gonna try to get it edited and posted ASAP. So we gonna get this one to you real soon. You know what I'm saying? Nice. So I'll catch you later. Thank you again. Be easy, man.
You too, brother. Be safe, man.
Already.
Great interview, bro. Great chopping with you.
Thank you. Great chopping with you too.
All right, brother. Peace.